joined yet.
Yeah, me too.
No, you're good. This should be the first part of the thing, is just stating that, yeah.
Dave is out of cruise. Okay, then we're good. All right. Ta-da. All right.
Yeah, Cash is back this week too.
Okay, according to IC code, we did meet in executive session, and I'd like to call this meeting to order by the Pledge of Allegiance, please, if everyone would stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Board, attached are the minutes of the regular session meeting held on October 2nd, 2025.
I'd like to make a motion that the board approve the regular session minutes of October 16, 2025.
Second.
Board, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
We should correct that motion to say October 2nd,
Oh.
Frank.
Yes, please.
I apologize. The recommendation does say October 16th, but it should be for October 2nd. So,
Correct. Frank, would you like to amend your motion?
Sure, I'd like to amend the motion that the board will approve the regular session minutes of October 2nd, 2025.
Thank you. Stu, you want a second?
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion in regards to the motion? If not, please place your vote. And that passes 7-0. Thank you, Board. Next on the agenda is financial reports. You have your microphone, my dear?
Shujing, it's
All right,
yours.
it is all yours today.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to do my best to not cough during this. Apologies in advance. So, starting, we have school education, $627,753.67. Education form curriculum materials, $27,560.56. Exempt operating, post 2009, $92,115.86. School operations, $393,574.06. Construction, 0700, $181,141.40. School lunch, $107,474.85. Self-insurance fund, $154,734.91. Building brickies, $272.49. School City of Hobart Educational Foundation, $3,020.99. Early Years Initiative Grant, $700, 3 cents. Healthy Hobart / BFTS, $960.55. Community Partners, $35.46. Safe Supporting Addiction Free, $2,735.12. Career Coaching Grant, $735.22. Title I, Part A, Fiscal Year 24, negative $197.34. Title I, Part A, Fiscal Year 25/26, $3,958.23. Medicaid Reimbursement Federal, $200.86. Title II, Part A, Fiscal Year 25/26, $2,602.40. Clearing accounts, $294,566.52. Self-insurance clearing, $37,431 $37,431.85. Clearing/flexible benefits AF, $62,993.90. Prepaid food, $223.50. Clearing/insurance account, $16,138.23. Credit card fee clearing, $4,225.75. And then this adds up to a total of $2,014,959.07 for this period.
Thank you, Shujing. Board, your pleasure.
I'd like to make a motion that the board approve payment of the vouchers for October 16th, 2025.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Board, is there any discussion?
Thank you for reading them.
Nice job.
Good job, Shujing.
Very nice. If there is no discussion, please place your votes. Thank you, Board, and that passes 7-0. Our next item on the agenda is comments on agenda items. Is there any comments from the audience in regards to our agenda items? And that was perfectly right on the dot. I like it. That was great. Our next item on the agenda is the personnel report. Dr. Buffington.
Board, in your packet, you have a copy of the personnel report, and that would be ending on October 16th. Board action is requested.
I'd like to make a motion that the board approve the personnel report as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion, Board? If not, please place your vote. And we pass 7-0. Thank you. Our next item on the agenda is some recognition. Dr. Buffington?
Well, we are really honored tonight to have some of our students that have special recognition. And we're also honored to have our Director of School Counselors, Mrs. Adams, and she's going to come up and talk a little bit about the recognition and awards that our students have received. And then we're going to call them up and celebrate them with certificates of recognition. Thank you for coming, Mrs. Adams. You know what? Because we stream live now, you got to go over. You got to go over there. Yeah. Okay. You have to go over there, everyone. We are live now, just in case you wanted to know.
Woo. Okay. Sorry, Chris. All right. So we give the PSAT every year here at Hobart High School. In fact, we just gave it yesterday to all of our sophomores and juniors, and our freshmen took the PSAT 8 and 9, which we have not done for a long time. And so I'm going to read this press release from the National Merit Scholarship Corporation. Over 1.3 million juniors in about 20,000 high schools entered the 2026 National Merit Scholarship Program by taking the 2024 preliminary SAT/National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test, which served as an initial screen of program entrants. The nationwide pool of semifinalists, representing less than 1% of U.S. high school seniors, includes the highest scoring entrants in each state. From over 16,000 semifinalists in the country, more than 15,000 are expected to advance to the finalist level, and we'll find that out in February. All National Merit Scholarship winners are selected from this group of finalists, and we are proud to announce Haley May has been named a National Merit semifinalist from Hobart High School.
Congratulations. We're very proud of you. You can stay up here because we're going to recognize the rest of your friends as well. Thank you.
So following that announcement in late September 2025, the rest of the 50,000 high scorers on the 2024 PSAT were notified that they were qualified as commended students. Although commended students will not continue in the competition for National Merit Scholarships, some may be candidates for special scholarships provided by corporate and business sponsors. We are proud to announce that Lou Cohen and Delaney Williams are our commended students.
There you go.
Good job, Lainey. And Lou.
Well, first of all, I mean, it's a difficult test. I mean, without a doubt. And for you to be recognized And these students are always just doing wonderful things. I mean, from esports to the performing arts and to athletics and the clubs that you guys are all in. And can't say enough about how fine they are. And so thanks for everything. And by the way, not to take anything from anyone, but someone BOP'd you today, Lou. So just so you know, it's coming. BOP, be excellent on purpose. I received your nomination late this afternoon. So thank you. All right, another round of applause for you.
All right. Congratulations to all three of our students. I do know two of them personally, and they are great kids, so you know who I'm talking about. All right. Next on our agenda is recognizing the Brickies from the Start program. Dr. Buffington?
I'm going to call up Deanne Jeanette. She is our coordinator of early education with Brickies from the Start. Thank you, Deanne. And she has a whole entourage in the back if you didn't hear her. And we are so glad to have you because we are recognizing Brickies from the Start. It's gone through a couple of name changes because people were always getting it confused with preschool and all kinds of other things. But this is our program where we go birth all the way up to kindergarten transition. And we're all about, and we've been about this since 2009. This is a self-supporting program. All the grants that that our team does an amazing job writing. I don't know what else to say except for we do wonderful things for people that are parents that it didn't come with an owner's manual. And so they do a great job connecting with our parents. From play groups to toilet training to you name it, they do it all. And I'm just proud to have the group back there tonight. Thank you all for coming. And I'm going to let Deanne take it away. So go right ahead.
Thank you so much. And yes, I have this beautiful group back there. You want to wave, everybody? Yeah, we'll be introducing them a little bit.
You can
here.
introduce them if you like.
Yeah. Why don't you guys stand up? I'm going to bring them up here.
Sure, let's bring
You
them
guys
up.
come on up. Yeah. Here's my staff. So Kara Soderquist, Jill Runyon. These are
just huge grant on Kara's end that you all wrote. So we can tell a little bit about everyone.
so Kara, and I know it's always awkward to know where to stand, but why don't you stand beside me?
You stand right there by Deanne. That's where the camera is.
Kara and Jill are certified parent educators, and we did receive a $118,000 grant to be able to hire Kara for 3 years to do our basically our infant and toddlers outreach from Early Learning Indiana. It's a Lilly-funded grant. And Jill has been on staff since 2012. Kara actually was on staff before and came back after she raised her kids. Yeah, since 2015. And she holds down the fort in the playroom and with home visits as well, and really focuses on helping with our data collection and analysis as well. So I'm very thankful for that. Then we have Crystal Rada, and Crystal is our grant writer and playroom coordinator. So she spent how many years at the library as a children's? 13 years as a children's librarian, and she does magic in the playroom. Like, she can lead a baby group and a circle time and reading time in our playroom like no one else. So we're very thankful for her. And we just added Patty Farrell, and Patty is actually one of our parents as part of our program, but now she's on staff. One of the wonderful problems we had is that we got 3 really big grants. So then grants management became a much bigger deal for us. And so Patty is coming on board. She actually has a master's degree. They both have master's degree in library science. I have a very talented, well-educated staff. And Patty's love and passion is numbers and details and systems. And so she has come on board for 10 hours a week to help with that, so that we make sure that we're accountable and ready for grant audits and all of that. So I'm very thankful for that. And I will have these guys stand up in just a minute. I want to start the presentation if I could, though.
You sure can.
There we go. So if we go to this, yeah, go ahead and go to this, there we go. Okay, go ahead and go to the next slide. There we go. Most of brain development happens in the first 5 years of life before kids get to kindergarten. So go ahead and go to the next slide. There is a short video. Let's see that Sarah Gutierrez, our Director of Early Learning, wanted me to show you this. So if we could just hit play on that. Maybe it won't let me do that. I don't know. No, that's okay. Essentially what she says is that most of brain development happens by what we call serve and return, meaning parents and children or caregivers and children interacting. And so all of that happens, and more of brain development happens in the first 3 years of life than it will in the rest of their lives put together. And so it's very important. So we'll go to the next slide. Why we invest in early childhood. If you look at this, this is actually based on a lot of research that's come out of Indiana University that talks about the dollar for dollar investment is much higher in the preschool before 5 years old, and it gradually, the value of that, the return of investment decreases over the lifespan. And so you can look at that on your thing. So policymakers are realizing that early childhood dollars and the investment into birth to 5 is worth immense amount of investment. So go to the next one. I want to just tell you real fast that in the spring and summer of 2021, we had 268 incoming kindergartners that we screened. Of those, 62 students were flagged with potential concerns. Just last year, we went back and we looked at what happened with those incoming kindergartners in 3rd grade. By 3rd grade, we found that this group was highly predictive. 95% of those students that were flagged ultimately required early intervention or special education services, while 5% did not. On the other hand, 202 students were identified as showing no concerns at entry. This screening result was also accurate. 98.5% of these students continued to progress without needing additional services, while only a small fraction, 1.5%, required intervention. So when you look at this all together, we know before kids come into kindergarten how they're going to do at 3rd grade.
Can we just talk about that for just a
Yes.
moment? Because what's really significant about that, we administer something called the dial, and looking at the predictiveness of it. And so Sarah Gutierrez, Deanne, Jeanette, and myself, Sarah and Deanne really dug into that data. And what we could find is we were starting to see predictive behaviors of not passing IREAD.
Yes.
And so that's significant to us as potential at risk. And so we're doing things differently with those groups now. Now that we have the data, we have the action research behind it, and we see that potential at risk, and we see the correlation, you're seeing us do some things differently at the Early Learning Center because of that. And so I'm really proud of, these are the gals that all administer the dial, and now we're knowing what we're doing with it for that early intervention. So I'm really proud of Deanne, Sarah, and the crew over there, because we've got something that's really, we think, is going to help us with our iRead scores.
Yes, and that definitely, it gives us twofold things. What she's saying is that now we can make some different decisions starting in kindergarten, and also we have data to prove why Brickies from the Start should be funded from grants and grantors and funders, right?
And from the state.
And
Yeah.
from the state if we could get it. Because look at that. That tells you how important those first 5 years are. We know where those kids are going to go if they don't get that first 5 years. So that's what Brickies from the Start is all about. If we can trust and make sure that we know when they come in the doors right from the very beginning, we see them from birth. And so we start working with these families right away, and a lot of it is about serve and return. And so one of the things that we're going to focus on is talking is teaching. And I'll get into that in a minute, but I want you to meet a couple of our families. Come on up, guys. And these families have been involved, oh my goodness. How long have you been involved for? Lindsay, this is Lindsay Cummins. Since 2021, and these are, this is a beautiful guy that was making sure that he was been known here. Yes. And this is, go ahead, Kristen Sawyer.
This is our 3rd year with Ricky's from the start now.
Yeah, 3rd year. So these are our reasons. These are just a couple of them. We have over 275 families that are involved in our program. Here's 2 of them, and as you heard, they've been staying in the program. One of the greatest privileges that we have too is that if they have more kids, I've had families in the program for 9 years. So we build long-term relationships with them. We've been able to go back into the homes for some home visits for our highest need families. And we also teach social skills in the playroom. And so
He's actually been going since birth, because we moved here when he was 3 weeks old.
Wonderful. That is great news.
So Lindsay, do you have anything that you want to say about the program, how it's impacting?
Hello. This isn't nerve-wracking at all. I just would like to say that I'm very appreciative of the program because not only did my husband and I not have the greatest educational experiences growing up, there was a lot of concerns when we first had children with him. He's currently in 1st grade at Liberty. Are we doing everything right? Are we doing everything we're supposed to be doing? And being exposed to and supported by these ladies and by this program, I can't put into words how immensely it has affected my life, their life. It's just, I can't put it into words how fantastic it has been, and it's, sir, they're dancing. But it's really been immensely amazing, and I'm very, very appreciative of it.
Well, we're glad that you are having a great experience with it. Thank you for sharing with us.
Hi guys. I just wanted to say that these ladies are all some of the nicest, most caring women that you could ever meet. They never stop working because they truly care about what they're doing. I actually met Miss Deanne at a park. Randomly, we were there, me and my daughters, on the day that they were doing a park play date. And I told her that I wasn't sure. I had a lot of concerns about sending my older daughter to kindergarten. And she sat there and just talked to me and chatted with me and let me address all of my concerns. And she sat there and was a voice of reason. And it was a really great experience being able to meet her that day. And from that day, we have all looked forward to going to the playrooms each week. I don't know which one of us looks forward to it more. I get to meet the other moms and parents and talk to these ladies, and she gets to meet all the kids and interact. It's a really great experience, and they do so much for the community. We really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. And that's true. I mean, Deanne is a great leader in the program, and I can say too, because you all have such a wealth of knowledge, when the children come to kindergarten, we know a lot about them. And so they're able to share that with the teacher, and it just gives them an even greater start when they're in kindergarten. And we can't say enough about you. And the reason why we're here tonight is because we're recognizing them tonight, and just the hard work that they do, and trying to calm some fears and give you some confidence if they can help you. And just the social skills and the early diagnostics that they can do. It's just such an important program, and you can see why we're trying to sustain it with everything that we have. And I'm so grateful for all the grant writing that you do and any type of fundraising that we do for Brickies from the start. Make sure that you participate, because we count on that as well. And so thank you to our families for sharing with us. We're really appreciative of that.
Yes,
thank you to our lovely people out here.
Thank you all for your support. I do just want to briefly tell you a couple of big things. We are officially a Talking is Teaching site. That's a national program. We are we are the third one in the state of Indiana, and we are actually being mentored by the Too Small to Fail campaign from foundation in New York. We also are going to be one of the first testers and part of a research study on a program called Fathers and Babies, as we're partnering with Northwestern University. The three of us have all been trained in parents and babies, mothers and babies, but now they have a Fathers and Babies program, and we're going to be participating in a study come this spring, doing that as well. And finally, I would say that I just want to say that we're also partnering with the health department and increasing vaccination rates. And we did discover through our work with a grant writing there that Hobart in particular is one of the lowest vaccinated rates in the state of Indiana. And so the health department gave us a grant to be able to work on that. So thank you so much for your help. Thank you for my families that came today. These women, by the way, work very hard. Kristen won't tell you at all, but she's been our PTO president for how long now? Her third year at the ELC being the PTO president. And oh gosh, I'm sorry. She said she owed it to me that she's been third PTO president for 3 years. And they both are part of a parent group that is helps us with fundraising and support and volunteering. Yes. Oh, he's asking if he may say something.
Absolutely.
Here you go. What do you want to say?
So when I was in this school, I actually went to here. I loved it. It was the best school I ever had.
Oh, well, great job.
Stephen went to Bricky Kids at the high school here. So
Yeah, you liked Bricky Kids? Okay. Oh, she's a fabulous teacher, isn't she? Well, thank you for telling us, and we'll pass that on to her, okay?
thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
do have a resolution for you.
We do.
Oh, yeah,
Mr. King, if you could put that resolution on the screen, and if it's okay with the audience, if our secretary, Mr. Porras, would just read the title, if everyone is okay with that?
Yes, we have a resolution from the school city of Hobart, resolution number 2025-26, recognizing the Brickies from the START program.
Board, your pleasure.
I'd like to make a motion that the board adopt resolution number 2025-26, recognizing the Brickies from the START program.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from the board?
Great work. Excellent job.
Excellent.
Yeah, with two kids that both went through, it was building Brickies back then. Miss Jill was to the house multiple times, identified some fine motor skill issues with my son, and identified some speech issues with my daughter that we got help for. It's very near and dear to me. I appreciate what you guys do. It is helpful. It helped us when we were young parents and didn't really know what we were doing, kind of getting out there. So thank you very much for what you do, and I'm glad to see that it has continued and it has grown, and I'm very happy that you're here.
I just wanted to say thank you for your hard work. Thank you for sharing the screening outcomes data, because that's really important information. Having taught first grade for a long time, Jill, remember the spelling inventory and the data we would get from that? You could make those same kinds of predictions, but it wasn't until first grade, middle of the year, end of the year. So now we're getting that information, before they even come to kindergarten. That's valuable, valuable information. So thank you.
I would also like to say thank you to the three of those ladies up there, as I know that they've been to my house before. And the program is very invaluable, and it's just amazing to see that you ladies are still here working with us, which we appreciate greatly. And the impact that you make on our youngest Brickies is more than what you know. So thank you for your hard work, your dedication, and we appreciate you.
Thank you all so much. We
Yeah,
appreciate it.
you know what, let's let them vote first.
Yeah, board, if you, see, I was the last one, sorry. We now pass 7-0, there you are.
All right. Big round of applause
And,
for Alex.
and we have a roll call as well, Mr. Forrest, if you would do the roll call, please, to make it actually official.
Okay, Mr. David Cosbade?
Aye.
Okay, welcome back.
Thank you.
Don Rogers?
Aye.
Brad Keene?
Aye.
Stuart Schultz?
Aye.
Frank Porras votes aye. Sandy Hillen?
Aye.
and Ricky Guthrie.
Aye. And if any of you all have homework, you may run away and leave. As I know, some of you have already done so. The rest of you that are left, if you have homework or, dinner or whatever,
Thank you
please
all for
feel free.
coming.
Thank
very
you.
much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All righty, our next item on the agenda is Month of the Young Adolescent. Dr. Buffington?
Board, in your packet, Mr. Secretary has a resolution recognizing the month of the young adolescent. We all know how important that age is and how awkward that age is. We're really grateful for the teachers that serve at that level, helping our children basically discover things about themselves. And we couldn't be prouder of the middle school staff, and it really does speak a lot about the middle level child. So with that, I'll turn it over to our secretary.
Yes, so we have a resolution number 2025-27, Month of the Young Adolescent.
I'd like to make a motion that the board adopt resolution number 2025-27, recognizing October as the month of the young adolescent.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Just thanks to the staff at the middle school. That is a tough job. We really appreciate what they do there.
Sure is.
Mr. Porras, if you would do a roll call vote, please.
Yes, David Cosbade,
Aye.
Don Rogers.
Aye.
Brad Keane,
Aye.
Stuart Schultz.
Aye.
Frank Porras votes aye. Sandy Hillen,
Aye.
and Ricky Guthrie.
Aye. And that passes 7-0. Thank you, Board. Our next item on the agenda is another resolution to transfer amounts from the Education Fund to the Operations Fund for budget year 2026. Mr. Glover?
Board, we now have a string of resolutions here as the final steps in adopting our 2026 budget. The first resolution to transfer funds from the Education Fund to the Operations Fund. As we discussed a couple of meetings back, this, as you will recall, is a critical piece of funding our Operations Fund in light of the tremendous circuit breaker loss that we experience in our district. At just over $5.9 million, that's about 16.5% of budgeted revenue. Again, we will do everything within our power to stay under that 15% limit. And so we'll see how the numbers actually shake out as we go through calendar year 26.
I'd like to make a motion that the board approve resolution 2025-28 as presented.
Second.
Sandy and Dave. Mr. Porras, could you read the resolution, please?
Sure. Okay, we have the resolution 2025-28 to transfer amounts from the Education Fund to the Operations Fund.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on the item? And a roll call vote, please.
Yes, Mr. David Cosbade,
Aye.
Don Rogers.
Aye.
Brad Keane,
Aye.
Stuart Schultz.
Aye.
Frank Porras votes aye. Sandy Hillen,
Aye.
and Ricky Guthrie.
Aye. And that passes 7-0. Thank you, Board. We also have another resolution on the next item for the agenda, and that's the resolution in regards to the Form 4 of appropriations and tax rates. That's Mr. Glover.
Our next resolution authorizes the appropriations as outlined in our previous budget meetings, as well as the accompanying tax rates. As we discussed in September, these rates and levies are intentionally advertised higher than where they will end up as a means to protect the levies and make sure that we secure all of the funding that we're entitled to, and that in the case of the debt service fund that we require So those rates across the board will see some reduction in all probability when the DLGF finalizes the budget at the end of the year.
Thank you. Board, your pleasure.
I'd like to make a motion that the board approve resolution of appropriations 2025-29.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? If not, may we have a roll call vote, please?
Yes. David Cosby,
Aye.
Don Rogers.
Aye.
Brad Keane,
Aye.
Stuart Schultz.
Aye.
Frank Boris votes aye. Sandy Hillen,
Aye.
and Ricky Guthrie.
Aye. And we pass that 7-0. Thank you, Board. Our next item on the agenda is the adoption of the 2026 bus replacement plan. Mr. Glover.
Board, we are required to adopt a bus replacement plan annually as part of the budget process. So here again, this was presented to you back in September. Dr. Buffington and I worked with Becky Rosenbaum, our new director of transportation, to kind of show her the ropes and kind of get her to understand the fluctuating, market price of buses and the funding available to us to do the plan. And so the plan we have here is the culmination of that group effort.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion that the board approve the resolution number 2025-30 to adopt the year 2026 bus replacement plan.
Second.
Mr. Porras, if you would read the title of the resolution, please.
Yes, we have resolution 2025-30, resolution to adopt the year 2025 bus replacement plan.
Thank you, and we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Yes, we have David Cosby,
Aye.
Don Rogers,
Aye.
Brad Keane,
Aye.
Stuart Schultz,
Aye.
Frank Boris votes aye, Sandy Hillen,
Aye.
and Ricky Guthrie.
Aye. And that passes 7-0. Thank you, Board. Our next item on the agenda is the budget reductions for the year 2026. Mr. Glover.
The final resolution authorizes the reduction in appropriation and/or operating balances to the funds listed in order to meet the final budget as determined by the Department of Local Government Finance at the end of the year. Here again, the department will go about the process of determining, whether or not our appropriations match expected revenues, and in cases where they determine it may be too high, they would order reductions. This resolution simply gives us the authority to facilitate that process and finalize the budget that they determine to be accurate for us at the end of the year.
Thank you. Mr. Porras, resolution, please.
Yes, we have the School City of Hobart resolution number 2025-31.
And Board, your pleasure.
I'd like to make a motion that the board approve the budget reduction resolution number 2025-31.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? If not, that would be a roll call, please.
Yes, David Cosby,
Aye.
Don Rogers.
Aye.
Brad Keane,
Aye.
Stuart Schultz.
Aye.
Frank Boris votes aye, Sandy Hillen,
Aye.
and Ricky Guthrie.
Aye. That passes 7-0. Thank you, Board. Our next item on the agenda is the recommendation to accept the IDOE Formative Assessment Grant. Dr. Buffington?
Board, in your packet, you have a copy of the formative assessment grant. Lori Anderson works on this. Tim Krieg works just a tad on it. And of course, I'm going back and forth with her on what we actually are going to do with this amount of money. Assessment is a complicated thing because our assessments in this state change all the time. And really, what this was centered around, we could apply for K2 and we could apply for our ninth graders. And so you can see that the total grant amount was $19,620. And we decided to apply that toward iReady. iReady is a diagnostic that we give 3 times a year, and it's able to tell us how they're doing in language arts math. And we brought back the PSAT for our 9th graders, giving them more of a chance to see how they're going to do as 10th and 11th graders when they take the PSAT, possibly be one of the award recipients that you saw this evening. And then again, taking the all-important SAT for college entry, and also that's our accountability test for our high school. So the money will be spent accordingly, and I do want to thank Lori Anderson for the work that she did filling it out, and board action is requested.
I'd like to make a motion that the board accept the IDOE formative assessment grant and authorize the superintendent to sign necessary documents to execute the grant.
Second.
Board, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Just thank Lori for the work, please.
Yeah, thank you very much.
With no other discussion, board, please place your votes. And we passed that 7-0. Thank you, board. Our next item on the agenda is the Legacy Foundation donation from the Pope Family Fund. Dr. Buffington?
Well, this is a lovely family that just keeps giving to the school corporation. And, they gave several times last year, and this is going to be our first donation for this coming school year. It's a total of $3,000 for this particular one from the Legacy Foundation and the Pope family. As you will note that their family is rich Hobart history. Shirley Langford Pope and Kenneth Pope both graduated from Hobart High School, and that's their parents, and played in the Ravelli Band, national titles that they won. Also continuing into the Rusty Pipes, and then of course we have the lovely Mrs. Hahn, who remarried, and she was just part of, she was one of our first dispatchers as a female in our state at the Hobart Police Department. Just an incredible lady who raised an amazing family that just wants to keep giving back to the performing arts. And so there's a special notation with this particular grant because when it came, it indicated that the funds are for scholarships, and because they had already supported a scholarship this past spring, there was some clarification on what the funds could be used for. So we went ahead and attached that for you. And so the funds currently, they can be distributed from the HEF, and we'll use them for different things besides scholarship on whatever the need is in the band. So with that being said, I want to thank the Pope family for their continued support that they give the school district and the performing arts, and I'd ask that the board accept their donation.
I'd like to make a motion that the board accept the donation from the Pope Family Fund as presented.
Second.
Board, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? If not, please place your votes. And we pass 7-0. Thank you, board. Our next item on the agenda is a resolution authorizing appraisal and sale of property not needed by the school city of Hobart.
That would be Mr.
Mr. Longer.
Board, as you will recall, we decided to authorize the employment of appraisers for the property. And we're talking about a residence on Union Street, immediately south of the high school property. When we acquired additional acreage south of the high school, this was part of that acquisition. And so this resolution determines that the residence on that parcel is not needed for school purposes. The residence itself has been improved somewhat, and the property has been appraised, and Indiana statute provides for a process for the sale of unneeded real estate. In this instance, there are really three options. One would be to auction it, one would be to list it with a broker and sell it, and the third would be a procedure outlined in the statute where you publish a notice, indicate a minimum bid, and allow not more than 60 days for bidders to submit bids. And it's an open bidding process, so anyone submitting a bid can see what the other bids are, and each bidder can elect to increase their bid. So you have a resolution before you. Since the property was appraised, there have been some additional improvements to the property, and there has been consultation with an additional local real estate professional to get additional information regarding what the property could sell for. So I'm recommending that you approve the resolution that you have before you. By law, you cannot sell a property for less than the appraised value, but the notice contained in the resolution does not have a minimum bid because I'm suggesting that you authorize the superintendent to set that minimum bid once she's obtained the additional information from that local real estate professional, and we've received any feedback from the appraisers as to their opinion based on the additional improvements to the property since it was appraised. So you have that before you, and I'm recommending that you approve that action at this time, and the resolution includes authorizing the superintendent to exercise the discretion to opt to hire a broker or an auctioneer, and that option is available at any stage of the process. So even if a notice is published, if there's a determination made that we would be better off to hire a real estate broker or an auctioneer, this would authorize the superintendent to do so. The reason for the process as far as the appraisals and what have you is to make sure that you're getting fair value for something that was purchased with tax dollars. So there's no cap on what you could list it for sale at or set as a minimum bid, but you cannot set it lower than the appraised value.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Longer. Board, your action is requested.
I'd like to make a motion that the board approve resolution number 2025-32 as presented and authorize the superintendent to set the minimum bid based on outstanding appraisals and opt to hire a broker or auctioneer at her discretion. Does that sound about right?
Second.
Okay. Mr. Porce, if you would read the title of the resolution, please.
Yes, we have a Board of School Trustees, School City of Hobart, resolution number 2025-32, a resolution authorizing appraisal and sale of property not needed by the School City of Hobart.
Thank you. Board, is there any discussion?
Mr. Longer, thank you for all your hard work over there. Greatly appreciate it.
This is the same process that was used when we sold the property known as the Dust Bowl.
Board, we have a roll call vote.
Yes, David Cosby,
Aye.
Don Rogers,
Aye.
Brad Keane,
Aye.
Stuart Schultz,
Aye.
Frank Porras votes aye, Sandy Hillen,
Aye.
and Ricky Guthrie.
Aye. And that passes 7-0. Thank you, Board. Our next item on the agenda is updates, announcements, and reports. Dr. Buffington.
All right, well, we have an official count for ADM, and I want to thank Chris King for the really hard work that he does keeping our data system. I mean, as clean as it can possibly be with the data exchange with the state. And, you know, you're just dependent on other school corporations with ins and outs and transfers. And, of course, Bobby and I are watching it all the time. Bobby now knows how to look at it. Me, I'm in my car and I just call Chris. I'm like, what's the number today? We finished with 3919 as our official ADM number. And, you know, enrollment is very hard to predict today with school choice. And so, you know, there's 3 different options out there that people can choose to take their money and go elsewhere. We provide an amazing education here for kids, and you could see from birth all the way up to early college. And I just wish that people would come back. I would like to say too, when you're looking at this, and you can get a free college education here and save thousands of dollars and have all the support that you have, particularly students that are choosing online school. I would encourage them to come back to live school. There's so much more engagement, collaboration. We can put you in these settings that simulate real world activity. Hard to do that when you're at home. And so that would be something that I would encourage people to bring. If you're choosing an online program that's out there, bring your children back to Hobart. Would love to see our numbers go back over 4,000. But with that school choice that's out there, they can take their voucher, they can go to a charter school, a private school, or they can choose an online school if that's what they choose to do. We are down over 300 students with that school choice. And so I'm asking people to come back and give us a chance because we provide a lot for people. When you see that we have over 30% of our kids graduated with 1 year of college, 22% graduated with an associate's degree, and 41% of them left here with a certification or a credential, and that's not including the kids that went into the military. We offer an amazing education here. So come back to us. Anyways, do you have any questions on the ADM report? All right, low birth rate, that's a contributing factor as well. We'll see what Crestmore does, 61st Avenue. Hope that we get some new enrollments and we go back over that 4,000 mark. That would be nice.
Alrighty. Thank you, Dr. Buffington. Next is updates, announcements, and reports with school information. That again is Dr. Buffington.
Right, you have your weekly agendas from all of our schools for our staff at each building. And then, of course, you have the Brick Center newsletter, and you can peruse those at your leisure.
Thank you. And our next updates, announcements, and reports is upcoming activities and events.
All right, I need to open that up here and take a good look at it. All Test Day, October 15th. I'm hoping for some more scholarship winners perhaps after taking the PSAT. October 20th through the 24th is fall break. I would say that everybody needs that break. Trust me on that one. October 28th, Bricky Parent Academy. This is our continuing education for parents. Our first one is on school safety, and I'm really hoping that we get a lot of parents that want to come and learn about how we provide school safety here in the school city of Hobart. October 27th through the 31st is Red Ribbon Week. We have a variety of dress-up days for that. November 4th is an e-learning day. That is from 12 to 6 because that's also parent-teacher conferences that day. So all of that learning will be done in Canvas that their teachers have prepared ahead of time. And of course, the Aquatic Center is taking reservations through December.
Alrighty, thank you. And our next item is the School City of Hobart Educational Foundation's Harvest Homecoming. Dr. Buffington?
Well, I was made aware that our board member, David Cospade, requested that I read the speech that was awarded at the Hobart Educational Harvest Homecoming, and it would be my pleasure to do that. I do want to thank everyone for attending the Harvest Homecoming. We made $13,000 this year, and we're really proud of that. And the venue was fantastic. We had interns from the high school working with us that made it even extra special. The baskets were terrific. The attendance was wonderful. Our catering system did amazing with the food, and I think people just had a wonderful time. And I can't say enough about the volunteers that are a part of the Hobart Educational Foundation. As you know, we give grants out to our teachers, and we provide a lot of scholarships for our students. It was a wonderful event. Every year we pick someone, and I don't know if I need these now that Russ gave me this fancy machine. But anyways, every year we pick recipients for the Golden Johan Award. And this year, it was our privilege to award this to Don and Jackie Rogers. And I agree with Mr. Cospade that it would be appropriate that I share this publicly, and this would be on the record. So thank you for suggesting that, Mr. Cospade. So today we celebrate two remarkable people whose lives have been devoted to service, learning, and love for children, and that would be Don and Jackie Rogers. When we talk about what it means to live the Bricky motto, all my life I want to be a Bricky, work, 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 and be excellent on purpose, Don and Jackie are the very definition. Their story is one of steadfast commitment to education, to our community, and most importantly, to our kids. Jackie began her teaching career right here in Hobart in 1968 and dedicated 39 years to shaping young minds before retiring in 2008. Nearly 4 decades of teaching. That's generations of children whose lives were made brighter because she cared, because she showed up every day with patience, heart, and belief that every student could succeed. She still stays in touch with her students, and if they miss something, she contacted me for a letter for one of her students that needed to have a letter for their letter. They just wanted their Hobart letter. And Jackie just still has that heart and reaches out to all of those people. Don joined Hobart in 1986 after already serving 19 years in Gary, giving him a combined 41 years in education, 22 of them right here with us in Hobart. Beloved coach in football and wrestling, but retirement didn't slow him down. Instead of stepping away, Don stepped up. He became a school board member for 17 years beginning in 2009, lending his voice, his experience, and wisdom to guide the future of our schools. Together, Don and Jackie have served on more committees than we can count, from the Hobart Educational Foundation to volunteer efforts across the community. They've tutored students, they support our food pantry, they cheer from the sidelines, and they are devoted fans, and they're also mentors, and we are grateful for them. Even after decades of official service, they continue to give back. When most would take a well-deserved rest, they found new ways to serve. Whether it's through tutoring a struggling student, or volunteering at an event, or quietly helping where help is needed, because they're very humble people. Don and Jackie continue to make a difference. They may be retired, but they are certainly not done. Their legacy lives on in every child they've taught, every student they've helped, and every person they've inspired. So on that day, we honored not only their years of service, but the spirit in which they give it, humbly, consistently, and with hearts full of love for kids and community. Don and Jackie, thank you for showing us what lifelong service looks like, for your dedication to excellence, for your faithfulness to Hobart schools and our students, and for your unwavering belief in the power of education. Hear, hear.
Thank you.
It's my great honor to present him with that Golden Johan Award. And I know they were quite surprised. My husband was sitting at the table when they found out they were getting it, and they were a little surprised by it. But you shouldn't be surprised by it, Coach.
I'm not today.
Not today. Good one. But
Jackie and you are amazing human beings, and we are honored to be able to serve with you. And thank you for all that you've done and continue to do. And we hope that you'll just keep doing it because we kind of like you. There
Thank
you
you. It's not just the popcorn, right?
go. No,
No.
not just the popcorn.
It helps.
It helps. That's awesome. Alrighty. That was beautiful. Thank you, Dr. Buffington. And the next item on our agenda is comments, and I'll start with you again, Dr. Buffington.
Well, I would just say again, I want to just thank the HEF committee for the wonderful event and still honor Don and Jackie. I do want to say to our students that were recognized for the PSAT scores that they had. And, you know, Shujing, I know you're right up there too, sweetie. I don't know why they didn't choose you, but, you know, I'll fight for our Brickies if I have to, but I'm not on that committee. But I think our kids work hard on those, and it's a hard test. It just truly is. And I just appreciate the dedication that our kids put into that. I would just say, too, as we're going into fall break, ending the first report card, the first quarter, this is where, you know, we really are able to talk with parents, with parent-teacher conferences, and ask them to partner with us as we continue through the rest of the school year. We need to work as a team. And so that would be one of the comments that I would make too. I want to just thank the staff for a great first quarter, and looking forward to the second quarter. And that's all my comments.
Thank you.
Oh, one more. Cooking with friends today was hysterical. I would say that we had a great time in there, and it was all fall harvest type of food. And you can ask your daughter, who was blanketed in baking cake flour, and it did turn out pretty well. I will just say, for the kids that come in there, they look forward to it.
They do.
But here's what's most important. We also have our life skills students in there that are our special needs students. And all of the kids that sign up for Voice and Choice, they take really good care of them. And they make them feel a part, and they are a part of it. They're in all of our groups, and they're cooking, and they're really proud of the product. And so we have a great time in there. I will just say no to the students who think that I should do it more than once a month, because I cannot. But we did have a great time. So that would be it.
Thank you. Mr. Glover?
Quickly, we did sell bonds this
Yes.
week, so we're working towards a closing at the end of the month on
Okay.
that for facilities upgrades and technology and bus replacement.
Yep, and thank you, Mr. Glover. A lot of hard work down in his office, my office, Stiefel, policy analytics involved, just a lot of players in this, and our directors, you know, Chris King, Russ Mellon, Becky Rosenbaum, and Brian Snedeker involved with it as well now too. It's just a lot of hard work maintaining our facilities and our resources. And so the bonds did sell well, so we felt good about that.
Good.
And we'll just wait for the proceeds with the closing.
All right. Thank you. Mr. King?
Well, I want to start by saying Happy Bosses Day to Dr. Buffington. I know
I do
she
not like
doesn't
that.
like the
I do
word
not
boss,
like that
but it's a deserving recognition. I think she likes to say it's a team effort, and though that's true, I don't think our leadership would be as strong without her leadership from the top. So happy boss, or happy Leaders Day. How about that
All right,
one?
thank you, Chris. I appreciate that.
The HEF Fest was great. This was the first year I've gone. I brought my mom with me, who's up from the island where she lives, and she had a blast. She was in a little bidding war with somebody else, and it was a lot of fun. So I really enjoyed that. I thought it was a great time. It was a lot of fun. The food was good. The baskets were great. So a lot of fun all around. And also just echoing the recognition for Don and Jackie Rogers. I just think the world of both of them. I had Jackie when I was in school. She was my honors algebra teacher, and I've never been a math person, so it was tough.
That is
but
hard to
she was a great teacher. I never did have Don as a teacher, but he's always been around, and I do absolutely love being able to work with him now. And I do find them both just inspiring with everything that they give back and that they do. So deserved recognition.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. King. Mr. Longer?
Couple of things. First of all, with regard to our budget process, Mr. Glover talked about advertising the rate higher than we know it will end up. And I thought for our student board rep and maybe some members of the public that might be watching, I might explain that just very briefly. The levy is the amount of money that is needed to operate the school district in a given year. And some of that money is raised through property taxes. And you determine how much you need with the levy, and then the property is assessed, and you have an equation. You have the levy, you have the value of the property, and that determines the tax rate. If you visualize it like a seesaw with the levy as the fulcrum, on one side you have your assessed value, on the other side you have your tax rate. As if your assessed value goes up, your tax rate comes down. But if your assessed value goes down, your tax rate goes up. Sometimes the assessed value does go down due to corrections in the calculations made by the county or what have you. And if you advertise too low and the AV drops, you can't come up high enough to cover your entire levy. So you advertise high to make sure you have enough money to operate if the AV drops. That's the reason for it. I know it's kind of confusing, but people say, why would you advertise higher than you know you need to? Well, that's the reason. So that when you do the equation, it comes out
Yes, you
right.
did.
Okay? All right. I feel compelled to mention that Shirley Pope, in addition to being a dispatcher for every police department in Hobart Township and all the other things she's done, when I first, well, in the 1980s, I was a deputy prosecuting attorney, and I got to know her because she worked for every police department that filed cases that I prosecuted. But when I became city judge, I found myself suddenly going from a staff of 3 to a staff of 1, and that one person was Margaret Hoots, who was in her mid-70s at the time. And so I had to operate a court with a sudden drop, of 2/3 of the staff. Shirley stepped up and came to work for me as a court clerk. And made a huge difference in my ability to get things running the way they should be. And I don't know if I was doing her a favor or she was doing me a favor, but I know what the end result was, and it made a big difference to me as city judge that she came to work for me. And of course, she knew everybody, including every police officer in every department that filed cases in the city court. So she was a tremendous help to me, and I felt
That's a great story.
compelled to add that. My congratulations to Don and Jackie. Jackie continues to serve. She's recently agreed to accept a position on the board of directors of the building corporation. She was nominated by the existing board members and agreed to accept that position. So she's continuing to serve in other ways. I appreciate you both leading by example, and it's not just endurance. It's I'm proud to be able to claim both of you as friends.
Thank you.
The paperwork for the bonds was sent out by bond counsel, but I did not receive it by 5 o'clock this evening. So I will be in touch with the board officers seeking out signatures sometime in the next week.
Thank you for that, Bill.
Thank you, Mr. Longer. Mr. Cospade?
First of all, I'd like to just say thank you. Good to be back. Thank you for all the kind words and the prayers. It was much appreciated while I was recouping. Just to kind of cap on what everybody else said, the Harvest Homecoming was a huge success. I think financially, I think we're going to see the gains that we made year over year, and I think it was a great idea to move it to the Great Hall to save that cost of venue, and I think we're going to continue to build on that and make more improvements year over year. So that was great to see as well, and I'm glad that Coach didn't disown me since bringing up the topic of him and Mrs. Rogers. But just to highlight on that, two people that are just a great example to look up to, and everything you guys do doesn't go unrecognized. So we appreciate it.
That's yet, I haven't.
There you go. I do want to go on the record though, because I really work hard on my dog basket.
Oh, I was going to get to that.
It was the top earner again.
I was just going to get to that. Okay. See, now I don't have to ask mine. It's my turn.
Okay, sorry, didn't mean to steal your thunder.
That's okay.
But it was fun watching people to go after it.
Thank you, Mr.
I did
Crosby.
mention to a lot of the people bidding that there was a dog inside the basket. It was a small lie. But it may have helped the price go up.
Mr. Rogers, your comments are
You were supposed to
next.
bring a puppy, remember?
You're up next anyway.
I think that the food and the display of food at the event on Saturday was just outstanding, and I think that staff needs a B-op.
You know what? I'm a little bit ahead of you because I agree with you, and Becky is in the process of making their B-ops. So here, I agree with you.
And I would just like to thank everyone for their prayers. My brother passed away on Saturday. He was home with his family and not in any pain, and he was ready to go. And I think it's because I was his brother, I think. Probably trying to get rid of. So. Thanks very much.
Yeah. We're sorry for you, Coach.
Yep. Mr. Keen?
I guess I'll start from just with the meeting today. The Brickies from the Start's always hit close to home for me, just because they helped me so much when I was a young father and with my wife being a young mother. So very thankful to have that program, and glad to see it's going strong, and hopefully it does for a long time. And I would encourage people to continue taking their kids there to get the help. From there, really, all I would say is thank you to all of you for the hard work. Mr. Longer, Mr. Glover, I know it's a hard time. Dr. B, it's a very difficult time, I know. And then lastly, I'll just say to Don, and if you could tell your wife, congratulations. It is extremely well-deserved. I haven't known you for as long as many people here, but as long as I've known you, you've set the gold standard for helping and volunteering and your commitment. So, thank you.
Mr. Schultz?
I would say congratulations to Coach and Jackie as well. Two very special people. Lucky to have them. I would also like to congratulate the students that did so well on their test and sure did represent us very well. And for the break, I hope you guys relax a little bit because thank you for all the stuff that you do. It's a lot of work, more than I can handle.
Shujing?
All right. Oh, well, I want to start by saying congratulations, Mr. Rogers. I've never had you as a coach, but it sounds like you've made quite the impact. So I feel this, I sense the greatness, even though I've never personally had you. And then, actually, I was very happy that I came in tonight, and we had so many attendees tonight for tonight's meeting. And then I was even more happy to find out that a lot of them are my good friends. Not only were they being recognized, but I thought that it's definitely well-deserved. I'm very proud to call Haley, Lou, and Delaney some of my closest friends, so that was very exciting to see. And then, actually, I was here yesterday for all test day because I took the SAT. So, not once, not twice, but thrice.
And you know what? Every time you take it, your score goes up. I mean, that's what the research shows. So
yes,
good for you.
I feel very good about that SAT. So fingers crossed. Hopefully, last time I'll be taking it. But but yes, I thought quarter one ended really good. We're heading into fall break. All test day went really good, and I want to thank all of you for your hard work. I think you are all very overdue for a nice and relaxing break, so I hope this fall break you guys can spend time with your families and loved ones.
Okay,
Thank you.
so you, just looking at Shujing, I remembered two things. So we have our first mentee meeting tomorrow at the high school. Are you ready for it?
I am very ready. I got my shirt and I got the schedule for it.
That's right. We've got the H and we're sporting Bricky Mentors on the back. And we would be remiss not to mention, and I really thought you were going to do this, Shujing. Do you know what I'm thinking you're going to say? I mean, like, we were the state student section for JED TV. We won that award. And our kids deserve it. I mean, they are all out at these games, and to be chosen the student fan section by JED TV for the state, that's a pretty big deal. And I want to thank Johann's Army, I want to thank the H Club, and I want to thank Mike Black and the sponsors. They've done a tremendous job, but more importantly, our students, you can have all these sponsors, but it's up to the students to decide to do it. And your spirit this year has been fabulous. And so I want to say congratulations.
Mr. Porras?
Yes, I would also like to congratulate Mr. Rogers and Mrs. Rogers. I actually knew Mr. Rogers before we moved in from wrestling. Even since back then, he's been a great role model for a lot of the younger wrestlers and students. And as far as math, I would say your wife is a little bit better, but
I was wondering if somebody was going to say that, Frank. So there you go.
So congratulations.
There's no question about who the better math person is. I don't even deny it. I'm a math teacher because all the answers were in the back of the book.
I was going to ask about the basket, but I guess we found out.
There you go.
And from the Brickies from the start, that was very inspirational. The hard work that these ladies are still doing. And even probably the best part was the comments from the young man. Just kind of shows he endorses and likes and loves and still learning from Brickies from the start.
Thank you. Mrs. Hillen?
I'm going to start with Don, because I know he just loves all the attention of everybody saying how wonderful he is. Wink, wink, nod, nod. This is painful for him to be recognized in some ways because his humility and Jackie's humility. You are such humble, giving, kind, quick-witted people.
I'm just riding the coattails.
She is a fantastic math teacher. She did teach me. I didn't have you, though, so I don't know if you're a great math teacher, but I have a feeling you probably are, because I know a lot of students that you've tutored over the years, that you've helped when you didn't have to, beyond high school, into college. They have his phone number. They can call him for help, and you know, on a Saturday morning saying, "Help, I'm stuck on this problem," and you guide students. You know, I think about the twins and how much you talk about the twins. They, I'm sure, are great Brickies because of you already, you and Jackie. So thank you for just being so committed to our kids and to our families.
Thank
I really
you.
do appreciate that.
I will say one thing, though, that it's a whole lot better tutoring now than when I first graduated from college, because kids would call for math help, and at that time, it was a collect call.
It's a little cheaper now.
Speed tutoring.
So we appreciate you. There's no doubt. Every person sitting at this table thinks you're the best.
Me too.
So,
Thank you.
and then I just wanted to talk real quickly about the month of the adolescent. Adolescence is such a tough time for our kids, and it seems like there's more and more pressure on kids than ever before, starting at, Brickies from the start, there's pressure to reach different goals as they go along, but by the time they get to middle school, they not only have that pressure, they're going through puberty, and there's all of the other things that go with adolescence, and they need people who care deeply about them. And I always hear such wonderful things about the staff at the middle school. and
Oh,
the
they're
leadership there.
incredible. They really
And
are.
you don't hear that about middle schools. You hear that about high schools, elementary. It seems like the middle schools are the ones left out. So I just wanted to thank them all for being such great people and teachers.
Yeah,
And that's
thank
all.
you for that.
Okay. I'd like to start by recognizing those students with the National Merit Program. Unfortunately, I don't know Haley, but Lou and Lainey, both very well-rounded people, both very kind and great kids. I know them both, and I'd like to congratulate all three of them, but those two especially since I know them well. To the Brickies from the Start, which I know as parents as teachers, I'm going way back now.
It's still parents as
I'm
teachers.
going way back to parents as teachers. I was not a young parent like Brad, but any help that you can get as a parent in regards to your kids is invaluable. I had both Kara and Jill at my house. Kara especially has that, she's drawn to the littles, to the babies, to the toddlers, and that is really her passion, and you can tell that it is. And they're both, as well as Deanne, she's been at my house as well, all three of them very passionate about their program, and you can see it in how they presented this evening. And I'm so thankful that they are still with the program, and I'm very thankful that they are dedicated to our young Brickies and that the program is still as successful as it was back then. It's important too, with the data that they have, that we can start even earlier. It's important that we have some actual proof in the pudding, I guess, to say. It would be great to be able to point that to our state legislatures for some funding, but we already know how that will go. Mr. Cospade, welcome back. It's good to have you. And Don and Jackie, I've been working with Jackie for quite some time on HEF, and unfortunately I had to work on Sunday, so I could not make the event. I would have loved to have seen that award being given, but working alongside Jackie for, gosh, I don't even know how long now. It's been a long time. She's a fantastic lady. Not only does she know her math, but she just is so good with, it doesn't matter what she does. She does it well, and it shows. And the care that she gives to not just students and her former students, but the people around her.
Oh,
It's very evident. I don't know how she married Don. I just don't get that one.
The marriage was easy. The future after that has been tough.
No, in all honesty, I will say there's a little story. I came to a board meeting one night, and there was a envelope with pictures that Mr. Rogers took of a baseball game from the back of the football stands, of a night that my son just happened to pitch, and pitched very well. They beat Valpo that night, and not expecting it, never asked for it. Just so thoughtful, Don, and that's just one of the things I can say about you. But that was so thoughtful. It's a game that my son will never forget, and to have the pictures for them, because it was just a random day you happened to be there. It just worked out. But I thank you for that, and I thank you for all of those other little things that sometimes we don't say thank you for. And so we thank you and we appreciate you. I do. I know the rest of the board does as well. It's just a testament to the kind of person that you are. And to those on my left, at least there won't be any children or staff in the building next week to worry about. I do know there are other things to worry about.
There'll be a few kids at this building. There always are kids at this building.
But
Which is fine.
it's a little less next week. So we are so thankful for that. We are thankful for your work, as always. And with that statement, I'm going to adjourn.